As a member from Bramalea-Gormal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Hardeep Singh is a 30-year-old father of 2 young children and husband who was struck by a motor vehicle and killed on October 29th. He was struck and killed while riding his bicycle from Steeles Avenue between Toronto and Brampton. About 2 weeks ago, the Cycling Advisory Committee and Bike Brampton organized an event to pay homage to his death by placing a white ghost bicycle at the crash site. And while I really appreciate that gesture, I want to share my condolences with the family and the victims, his children and wife, of this tragic loss. But this loss teaches us that cycling is a practice, while very beneficial to our society in terms of providing an alternative means of transportation, a recreation activity, and also something that promotes health. It is something that results in far too many deaths. And the tragedy is these deaths can be prevented. The most important way to prevent cycling deaths is to ensure we have cycling infrastructure. And that's why I want to call on this government and all levels of government to invest in the appropriate cycle infrastructure so that cyclists do not have to cycle with the fear of being struck and in some very terrible circumstances killed. Brampton is a city that has fallen far behind when it comes to cycling infrastructure, and as an avid cyclist, I call on this government, particularly the city of Brampton, to commit to increasing cycling infrastructure so that Hardeep's death is not in vain, and that we can use this terrible tragedy to ensure that this type of tragedy doesn't happen again in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.